Denzel Washington movie. Time to get on. Hello guys, hi. We're back at regular time, and I can't tell you how kind of happy it makes me, because as much as I like doing live streams early so I won't have to do them at night because I get even more tired at night, I kind of like doing it at night anyway because I don't have to skip my naps. I don't have to skip my naps when it's on at 8 o'clock. So that's like, you know, the upside and the downsides of why it could be good to do it early, but it can't be good to do it early. And we don't have to worry about that though until August though, because that's when, you know, Clash at Paris will be at. So we won't have to worry about it. We don't have to worry about time differences until August. Chicago. Oh boy. CM Punk.
Our final destination is that, the massive Allegiant Stadium in Vegas.
15 days. Yeah.
We're just 15 days away from what will be a spectacle there. WrestleMania 41 is coming quickly. The question is, what twists and turns will happen here? Look at this scene, a sold-out all-state arena, consistently one of the best crowds for the WWE. A venue where so much history is made. Tonight is where a rivalry among powerhouse big men will decide so much. Braun Strowman is here in Chicago tonight. A week ago, Strowman was battling for the U.S. Championship, but that was once again interrupted by the Samoan werewolf. And now Jacob Fatu returns. With Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga by his side, Jacob told Solo will take care of his business with or without them.
Last man standing match, number one contender.
Last man standing match, title match at WrestleMania on the line. The winner gets LA.
That's like this. Like I said, this is round 2. Well, no, round 3 or 4 of Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. I lost track, but it's one or the other or more. Number one contenders match for the tag team titles, DIY and MCMG.
Machine guns are not backing down. These two teams put up a thriller the last time out at Royal Rumble. Now they meet again, this time to earn number one contender status. b-fab is made a
Ooh, that's a nice outfit, b-fab. I love that. I love that. It's just, I love sapphires, you guys, and just big chunks of it on that strapless top is so pretty. And wow, Naomi again with the warning tape. I really wonder, like, you know, what's the theme behind that. But I do love her hair being all, like, you know, teased and poofed out like that. It really does suit her better. I kind of like her hair better when it's poofed. It reminds me of, like, her early days. Hi, everyone. Hi. Turn it up. Hi, Freshly.
That the Second City hometown hero is going to be main eventing WrestleMania. Folks, it is set. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Chicago's own CM Punk.
Goodbye.
The OTC came here for 2 reasons. One, to be acknowledged. 2 was to sign this contract. It looks like we checked those boxes. That means my other... Roman, I don't know why you're in such a hurry to leave, man. This is our building. We got a lot of history here. We came down those stairs right here, ready to burn down the old guard. We were ready to remake this company in our image. Don't get me wrong, a lot has happened in the past 12 years, but I dare say we accomplished our mission. You keep saying we. We died a long time. It's only been me. You've been here, but I've done all of the work. I've made this place what it is today.
That was my day. It's
I'll tell you
fine.
what I've done. You, it's that mindset that keeps me having to screw you.
I just been what you call it, just taking care of, you know, my monthly assessments, and that's all.
You could have cut his head off at War Games, but instead you shook his hand. And now I am left.
Everything's taken care of like always, so now I can just rest easy for the rest of the month. And I also got, and yes, I did, yes, once again, shop for more clothes to showcase.
Wise man, please, just smarten him up.
Look forward to a Y2K Easter slash Decora outfit I have planned. It's not full Decora, but it's not a full Decora outfit, but it's just like, you know, a little like what you say, like add to Decora, because I cannot do Decora fully. Like, I love and respect all who do Decora, but I can't. I really don't have the energy and the dedication to just fill my whole head with hair clips, have my whole arms with bracelets, and have just necklaces drooping down from my chest to my stomach. That's too heavy and too tiring, and my head would be itching. My head itches too much to be just like, you know, leaving my head alone. And it's even worse if Decora, because some Decora people, they wear wigs, and that's mostly a common issue. And no, there won't be cosplay like for. I'm trying my best to do cosplay next month in May, but if worst case scenario, I will do it in June. Because as stupid as it seems, I like doing cosplay in the summer because I don't have to worry about like buying warm clothes to put underneath them. I could just wear shorts underneath, like dresses or just pant shorts, and that's it. Personality. Some people wear colored contacts. I would too, but they're just expensive. That's the only reason why I don't buy them. Like, they're so expensive. There's like maybe like some that are like 20 for one set. And I would like to buy a lot of eye contacts. I would like to buy ones in red, purple, and even like one that has heart pupils. I would wear those. I would wear those 24/7 actually. Pupils that have either a butterfly or a heart pupils in them, I would wear those 24/7, except at night of course, but I would love to wear eye contact like those. And not in a weird color. I would just have my regular eyeball color, but just have, you know, the black people be a heart. I'm thinking of like, you know, my hell of a slash has been OC, which is a half hellhound and Beelzebub like B is, but I have heart pupils and they turn into a heartbreak whenever I'm angry or sad.
He's home. CM Punk in Chicago. It creates
Oh no, Rey Mysterio actually turns his eyes white or something. There's no such thing as a white. There's no such thing as a white eyeball. Like the color I'm saying.
We're the odd men out in this arena tonight, Joe. We are the only people still sitting here. And that's just because I don't want to block the entirety of the front row.
I just want my pupil to be changed. I don't want my whole eyeball color to be changed.
Chicago made, Chicago born, Chicago bred.
But when it comes to my OC, it would definitely be just, you know, a red and the pupil would be pink. That's how it would work.
Just to experience it, there were over 16,000 there. To hear that roar, that embrace, the second city saint returns home as a WrestleMania main event. Listen to this.
But Rey Mysterio, on the other hand, wearing white contacts, it kind of works for him because you know how like superheroes have like just those white eyeballs, like those white mean eyes, and that's what it reminds me of. So like it kind of works for Rey Mysterio because he has a mask on all the time. So with him just having white eye contacts, it gives me that superhero vibe.
I don't know where to begin, but they told me that the best television audiences were overseas, but I knew we were coming to Chicago.
Yeah, kiss ass.
Rico, do this.
Oh dear. They're not even. I was like, they're not even letting him show the right camera he's holding because he's not holding it right. But channel, don't act like you're not here for attention. Well, I'm not here for your attention specifically, but other people, not really either. That's just the price you. That's just the price you pay for presenting yourself attention, which I don't need, but I have, and I so appreciate.
Supposed to be here. Stop me if you heard it. I was born at Silver Cross Hospital with a cord around my neck. I came out blue. They had to bring me back to life. I'm not supposed to be here. And every time I come out on television, no matter where it is, every city, all across the world, Netflix, USA, doesn't matter. My goal is to make new fans every single time. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen out in TV land, please forgive me while I take the time not to make new fans, but to thank 16,000 strong of my hometown friends and family. When they tell you you're not supposed to be here, you say, well, who's going to make me leave? And that's exactly what I have done every single time I lace my boots up. Hell, every single time I go to the grocery store and they tell me, you're not supposed to be here. I buy my groceries, I pay the man, and then I leave. And ladies and gentlemen, nothing has changed just because, and I don't know if you've heard this, but I'm in the main event of WrestleMania.
No way. They only been telling us for weeks, and literally just a few seconds ago. I'm building an entertainment family for Rhodes, so please some background. Oh, that's cool. I remember when my sister's husband used to make his own entertainment stand. But that was when my sister lived here. And unfortunately, my sister's husband can't build anymore because he used to be a construction worker and he had his own business, but it definitely bit him in the ass all these years later, so now he can't really construct anymore. He has a bad back, so he had to settle and just do Uber instead. But he does make a lot anyway. It's just that I think he definitely would rather be constructing and doing all the yard work instead of just Ubering.
And they said that's as good as it gets for you, kid. You're not supposed to be here. And to me, that's when the hard work began. So I appreciate everybody congratulating me. And as I walked through the airport, coming home to Ohio, they said, good luck, CM Punk. Congratulations, you made it. And I'm here to let you know that now the hard work begins. I'm a product of this town. I have to thank each and every single one of you, and please forgive me while I'm thanking you if I don't thank my beautiful wife, April, first.
Oh, are they saying AJ Lee? Yep.
She's probably going to be a little bit mad at me for that, but I know somebody who's not going to be mad at me if you chant his name. It is my puppy Larry.
Oh no, I love AJ and I wish he was here. That's the only reason why I'm still hoping and praying for her return, so long as he's here. That's the only bright side I see when it comes to CM Punk being here.
Right where I need to be.
Hopefully he does physical therapy. Oh yeah, he totally does. It's just that still, you can only do so much though.
Without this city, I wouldn't be where I am. Without this city, from the bottom of my heart.
Some people just reach a certain age where they can't do the job that they used to love doing.
The hard work begins because I got a date at WrestleMania, and I promise you, I am gonna whip Seth Rollins' ass.
But we do miss having a handyman in the family. I'll say that. At least he knows his stuff and he can give pointers.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is I just got into Chicago. I apologize for being late. It was no disrespect to the second
That's
city.
already left
And
the case several
I
times. I will see him
I absolutely positively assure you it was no disrespect to my best friend in the world.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what the fate holds for Seth Rollins after this, honestly, but or even all of these guys in general, but I just want Roman Reigns to win, or just the Paul Heyman betrayal. That's I think the most thing everyone cares about in this match. Cause really, honestly, does anybody care who wins that much in this match? I mean, I do somewhat, but not as much as the betrayal. Sometimes, like, you know, the storyline, the things that make the storyline are the ones you look forward to the most, not just the winner of the matches.
I thank you, but tonight, ask not Chicago what you can do for your wise man. Ask instead what your wise man can do for you. But the first thing I can do is, if I can steal a phrase here, to be the voice of the voiceless, CM Punk. God damn it, you belong here. You belong in this ring. You belong in Chicago. And by God, you belong in the main event of WrestleMania.
Excuse me, why are you hyping up the wrong person?
The last time the two of us were standing here inside this ring, I came up to you because Solo and Jacob
And Roman Reigns is probably just humoring them, but will humoring them really, like, you know, do well for you in the end?
Put me out for the longest I've ever been out, except when I've been fired, and that's not funny. That's not funny. Then you had a Hell in a Cell match with Drew McIntyre, and despite the fact that you ripped his ass and won, the beating that you took was so severe, you were contemplating never coming back. And then I begged you. I pleaded with you. I said, it's 4-on-5 at War Games. And my tribal chief is in trouble. And I don't have another way out, and I have no one else in the world to turn to. Please do me this favor, just do this, please. And you said to me, yes, I'll do it for you. And you saved the family, you saved the match, you saved the bloodline. You deserve all the credit in the world. And for that, I thank you. And I have, if you'll indulge me, one more favor to ask of you.
Yeah, favor, another favor. Stockpiling favors, ladies and gentlemen. What can I do for you?
Please tell me the favor that I owe you right now.
I want you to get on your knees.
Oh, get out of here, Bucko.
You sick. You don't know what happens when the tribal chief. Have you ever heard of this father?
Boy, when you
You
get
know
your...
what happens when these symbols get angry.
No diddy shit.
Did you say he's not here?
You get your fat ass down on your knees right now. Say I'm your master.
Yeah. He's in training camp for WrestleMania, and he.
As he should be. And listen, as much as I think the favor is none of his business, I do think it's going to affect him a little bit. I would like to tell him to his face when I tell you. So why don't you let me and all my friends know when Big Chief decides to show up.
You can't save your ass this time.
What do you see?
A little bit of pressure on Mr. Heyman right now to deliver Roman Reigns so that Punk can tell him the favor to his face.
He knows that it's his last chance to be around these guys. Ooh, Rey Fenix. What are you like? I do love Phoenixes and the sun. didn't want to believe it, but they said, and I don't even think it's true. I really hope it's not true, and like it makes me somewhat believe that like this is another one of that situation with Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins, and with that is another situation with Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins, and the point is Randy Orton and KO might not actually happen because supposedly Kevin Owens got injured. It's undisclosed, of course, because I don't know why WWE, like, you know, decides to, like, you know, randomly say that superstars' injuries are undisclosed. Like, they're doing the same thing with Nia Jax. And not that I really care that much about Nia Jax, but it's still, like, you know, to those who are actually fans of her, they could get curious, and like with them just not being on social media or just like pretending the life is all fine and dandy and them not coming back, that can make people feel some type of way, you know. But the point is, Randy Orton and KO might not happen because Kevin Owens is injured, and supposedly, allegedly, he's going to be out for 15 days, which means he would miss WrestleMania. But will they pull a Cody Rhodes and a Seth Rollins again, where he fights with an injury anyway? Because
compromise nothing. Lose it.
it's like, you know, a little bit bittersweet because I don't want to take away from Cody Rhodes, but just anybody fighting with the injury is noble and badass. So
now studied by tens of thousands of researchers from more than
I wonder if they would go through that again. But it also could just be like, you know, a bunch of bullshit, and he'll, like, you know, be fine and stuff, and just like this will make Randy Orton keep his guard down because he doesn't have to fight no more. But that's not gonna happen.
Number one trap. Zebo goes wherever bugs do, working 24/7 using blue and UV light to attract and trap flying insects with no odor and no mess. And even getting rid of the bugs you didn't know you had. For effortless protection everywhere in your home. Zebo, people friendly, bug deadly. To catch up to twice the bugs, try Zebo Max.
AT&T tiene una nueva garantía. Qué bueno, porque casi nada está garantizado. Como que tus suegros se queden solo unos días. Que te digan, prometo que no me voy a enojar. Uy. Como las citas sin que se te pegue el hermanito. No está garantizado. ¿Sabes lo que AT&T garantiza? Conectividad con la que puedes contar, las ofertas que quieres y el servicio que mereces. Haremos lo correcto. Esa es la garantía AT&T.
I also hear that Natalia might go to Japanese wrestling, or I don't know. I couldn't really read the name of the wrestling company she was called to, but she wants to face someone specifically, and I'm like, that's great that Natalia wants to, since she knows like she doesn't really have a place more in WWE, she wants to go try to, like, you know, do other wrestling companies. Not like she's fired or nothing, but she just wants to just transfer to something else, and that's fine.
For a shootout in the Lone Star State.
Because I think Titus O'Neil got the whole charity, like, you know, ambassador thing covered. They don't necessarily need Natalia to do that.
So now Allstate Arena here in Chicago, the much anticipated WWE debut of Rey Fenix.
Nathan Fraser. I mean Fraser. I always say Fraser for some reason. So you're gonna fight him? Wow. Not a bad choice. At least, like, you know, to showcase his abilities. I wonder who he's gonna storyline with. Yeah, as for this new announcer, he's very loud and outspoken, but I feel like he's a little too enthusiastic about the superstar, only because he doesn't know, like, you know, their gimmicks and personalities well enough to like, you know, empathize how to present them. Ew, strobe lights. I'm gonna get seizure warning, please. Those strobe lights are way too close. pretty colors though. Yeah, they were Mexican lights. It's just that that's not a good combination to be strobing like, you know, that fast. I mean, those colors are not a good combination to be strobing fast. But as for the, you know, the laser pointers, that's fine. Those are pretty colors to combine.
This stage for Rey Fenix. One of the greatest high flyers on planet Earth. The hype regarding this superstar is real. Big expectations. This is the brother of Penta. Wow, what if I tried that myself? But Penta has created some real waves.
Whoa, you didn't chop yourself in the balls doing that? Whoa, that's awesome.
The same can be expected from this match. The industry threat well understood with Fenix, simply stated one of the most celebrated luchadors of this and many generations.
All in all, this was a fair choice to make for his debut.
This is the other half of the thing. Lucha Brother Tag Team. Incredible reception. So much anticipation.
And Nathan Fraser is, you know, very well associated with the High Flyers. After all, he has Axiom as a tag team partner, so he's all good.
He's right here on the biggest stage of his 20-year career. And a hot start from Rey Fenix.
See, he has a good,
To Nathan Fraser,
a little friendly competition.
fair amount of hype behind him himself. Now he's essentially playing with house money here. He's not got the kind of hype behind him that Rey Fenix has got. But what a way to upset the apple cart it would be if he pulls off a shocker today against the luchador. And would you look at the pace, the full throttle pace and speed blistering between these two. Nathan Fraser is actually trained by. Does a roll up. Looking for a quick win.
His high flying moves are kind of a little stiff, not in a bad way, but it's like it's such a fast motion wave.
Fraser absolutely trying to keep up and stay with this pace that Fenix is setting early on here. Fraser himself now loves taking risks and has uncanny resilience. Seth Rollins in part trained Nathan Fraser. I spoke to Seth Rollins earlier today. He said he's never seen an athlete quite
It's like I'm
as
watching a kung fu movie. Dang. Nathan Fraser, he messed up. Nathan Fraser messed up. He tripped on the rope when he went through them. He did try to, like, you know, save himself by landing on top of him. Or like Rey Fenix moved his body so he can land him to save him. So that's pretty good of him.
Welcome to the WWE.
Because, you know, Rey Mysterio made the same mistake one time and there was no one there, unfortunately. But they wouldn't want to repeat the same mistake, so wait for Rey Fenix to sacrifice himself to ensure the safety of Nathan.
Scheduling vaccines at CVS is easy. And there's no need to wait for your annual doctor's visit. Your trusted neighborhood pharmacist can help you choose the ones that are right for you and your whole family. When it's time for vaccines, it's time for CVS.
Oh, in a valley where the mountains glow, where the hardest working folks that you ever could have known. Now the farmers with the land, and the land is the home is the families, and the families need care, and the care is close, we all can grow. Oh.
JP Morgan Chase invests in healthcare to help create healthier communities.
Make the green grass grow all around, make the green grass grow all around.
Always dry scoop before you run. Listen to me. Hot dog diet got me shredded.
It's time we listen to science. One A Day is formulated with key nutrients to support whole body health. One A Day, science that matters.
Ooh, time out! Incoming dishes! Doc! With Dawn Power Wash, he can fly through 99% of grease and grime in half the time.
Oh my Grecian, look at him go!
Yeah, Dawn Power Wash is unique. It absorbs grease with 3 cleaning boosters, removing it 5 times faster.
Ooh, for Pete's sake, that was fast.
And Power Wash can replace multiple cleaning products. Fumble recovery! Those suds got game.
Dawn Power Wash, the better grease getter.
Pro Plan is always advancing with game-changing formulas that promote mental sharpness and help extend lives. See what nutrition can do. Purina Pro Plan, always advancing.
Hot flash sweat. Just happens. But Secret Whole Body Dry Peel Deodorant absorbs sudden sweat for 72-hour freshness everywhere. Everywhere. Without aluminum. Finally! So surprise sweat stays my little secret. Secret, no sweat.
I finally got this viral bra from Honey Love. It is crazy.
I don't know why is that.
This much support from a bra that has absolutely.
Why do you care so much about commercials anyway, Mom?
Even under the tightest tops. I finally found an underwire-free bra that's
how
comfortable.
that's how my mom is turning. She cares what commercials are seen.
Doesn't stretch, doesn't sag.
When in this generation of time, who cares about commercials? We frankly try to avoid
Try
them.
the crossover bra today at honeylove.com.
Ads are only good if it's for an interest that you actually have. But if they're just random and out of nowhere and just based on trends, then no.
That is very sad. We are specialists in metaphysically engaged properties, homes that have unique barriers to sell.
Oh dear.
No, hell no.
Distracted, Buttercup.
So you must see new episodes Thursdays at 10. On Sci-Fi.
Here in Chicago, Rey Fenix, the luchador legend, making his much anticipated WWE debut against Nathan Fraser's making a Smackdown debut. Fenix has won 5 tag team titles in different promotions with his brother Penta, who's been an absolute superstar on Raw on Netflix.
Rey Fenix thought this was just going to be a procession through. Oh, he was very, very wrong. Fraser made this one hell of a fight.
Look at the matchup of athleticism between these.
That's what I'm talking about. See, it's a perfect match.
Fraser right back into it, now into the cover, looking for the win here in Chicago.
I hope, well, if for now, Rey Fenix has to just, like, you know, face these NXT fighters just to show off his skills, then that's fine, but I'm saying, can it be with Axiom there? It's only fair, and I think that would actually be a lot of hype, because, you know, a luchador fighting another one, so.
Fraser lining it up. Looking to go for it.
Oh, whoa. That hurt my leg.
Huge knee. Point of the jaw. Phoenix is crumbled to the canvas.
That's pretty cool. Instead of doing a split, he did a half split like that before he landed. Yeah, if he didn't wear knee pads, that would definitely hurt though.
And now Rey Fenix. Boy, did he ever land that! And somehow, Nathan Fraser gets his shoulder up.
Well, I've no idea how Nathan Fraser does.
Dang, you bleeding already? I see blood under his armpit.
Pretty much directly on the top of the head of Nathan Fraser, who was completely unable to tuck the neck and land on the shoulders, but somehow Fraser still battling away. Hats off to this kid.
You know, you mentioned it earlier of visiting with Rey Fenix and describing him as a hybrid luchador in his style. Define that a little more.
Well, he's somebody who can clearly do the high-flying stuff, perhaps as well as anyone we've ever seen, but he can get down, dirty, and gritty.
And I think you're seeing just that way.
And submissions as needed. He can change it up in the blink of an eye. Wow!
Yes.
The fire driver, he starts up with a knee to the head, and now the very offensive assault every which way. Rey Fenix. Oh, an MLB! Mexican muscle buster! And a win!
And that was decent. It could have lasted a little bit longer though. Then it would have been more. It would have definitely been more, like, you know, exciting. But that was a decent matchup, and it definitely did impress me. And those kicks are like kind of how I be whenever I do like those yoga yoga poses. The one specifically from Me Fit. We Fit.
Rey Fenix, I'm sure your emotions are all over the place, but tell us, how does it feel to finally make your debut inside a WWE ring?
You got your first bloodshed. You got your first bloodshed here.
I have a lot of history in Chicago con todos ustedes. Tonight is not a debut of Rey Fenix. Tonight is so much more. Tonight, I reverse of Rey Fenix. I am rewarded with love. I am rewarded with passion, with reach, with animal.
Dang, you're sweating. You're sweating more now than you did while you were fighting.
I am WWE Animal.
That was an impressive win. Impressive.
Oh yeah.
See, that's the kind of performance I expect from you.
I meant to say it. When it came to Phantasma, they were saying that Andrade might actually.
Are you serious? Yes. Look at him.
Andrade might be the new manager of this whole demise because
Me, on the other hand, legado, familia, nos casa. You know what? I'm better than him.
because Santos is treating them a little cruel.
This fire pin, I like it. Me gusta. But if you feel that way, you're gonna have to show me you're better than him. I'll talk to the elders and I'll make it happen. Rey Fenix versus Doctor.
Yeah, that's not a bad round two. That's not a bad round two showcase, I guess. Definitely would have preferred Axiom though.
To decide the number one contenders for the Street Profits. That's later tonight. And Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman, lures the WrestleMania title shot for LA Knight's U.S. Championship. Last man standing match comes up later.
I got this wow skin from a body wash. It's new. It's Olay Super Serum Body Wash. Sinks into my skin with 5 powerful ingredients. It hydrates, firms, smooths, brightens, and evens. That's 5 skincare benefits in one for visibly improved skin in 14 days. Look at this Olay difference. So luminous. It's new Olay Super Serum Body Wash.
Yellow. Didn't pass the tissue test? Dr. Garcia? Buckle up. Whoa! Reality checkup! There's toothpaste white, and then there's Crest 3D White Strips white. Oh, 1 second.
Crest 3D White Strips safely work below the enamel surface to whiten like a $400 professional treatment. The #1 teeth whitening brand in America. And use Crest 3D White toothpaste to maintain your smile. Crest.
I see you looking at me. Ooh,
you're zipped.
No, don't do it. You can't ignore me, but you know what you can do? Pop me! Come on! Pop me! It's a perfect solution and you would definitely not regret it. Pop me! Pop me! Pop me! Just do it! Pop me! Oh no!
Pimple, meet your Mighty Patch. Gently absorb pimple gum for results in just 6 to 8 hours. From Europe, the #1 acne patch brand.
When I started Bright Star Care, I had one focus: to provide a higher standard of care. Safe, reliable, nurse-led care right in people's homes. That's been my goal for 20 years, and it always will be. Now, local agencies are looking for experienced nurses and caregivers who have the passion it takes to deliver that higher standard of care.
I know it's late. We all have families, but I'm just going to keep talking.
Just add crayon. Crayon mango for you. And boss, you get a crayon pineapple if you admit this could have been an email.
The world's worst serial killers broke free.
We've got to figure out who's behind the blast.
We're dealing with highly intelligent, malignant narcissists.
Who are volatile and unpredictable.
The longer they're out there, the more dangerous they're going to become.
Monday on NBC and Pikay.
When you have Fios home internet from Verizon, you can get the entertainment you already love for less.
I usually don't like watching a lot of crime shows, but
ESPN Plus.
sometimes if they have a good plot or story, I will take a chance.
On Verizon.
Not that I have a problem with crime documentaries or like, you know, blood horror stuff. It's just that
So your baby stays comfortably
it
dry
just makes
all
me
night
cringe,
long.
that's all.
Pampers
And I
Swaddlers,
don't
dry
like
all
doing that.
night.
When it comes to shows, I mean.
Hotel of WrestleMania 41, and look at the events there. The Hall of Fame ceremony on Friday the 18th. Undertaker, One Dead Man show on Saturday. The roast of WrestleMania, which only hits.
Yeah, I'm still debating whether I want to dress up in a suit on the Hall of Fame ceremony, though. Should I put a vote suit or dress?
It wasn't enough. But I gave you everything.
They actually went through with it.
Every big moment at my expense.
They actually went through with it. Drew McIntyre's in the eye patch.
Talked to the bar bragging you were champion. That was my title. All the money you made profited off of me being screwed. And you realized, without me in your world, even you were fighting for the title. No one really cares about.
And for those who don't know, when Drew McIntyre last week slammed, when Drew McIntyre got slammed into a car by Damian Priest, he got a little bit of glass in his eye, therefore why he has to wear this eye patch. But I mostly think he, like, you know, he took care of his eye, but I mostly think that he took care of his eye, but he's just wearing this, like, you know, to extend the storyline even further, which is good and bad. But I'm probably having, like, you know, PTSD from Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins and the eye for an eye match. Like, you know, that's, like, you know, what I got at the moment I heard.
I need a miracle. I need to pray. So everybody knows when Drew McIntyre prays.
Okay. Have fun with that. I'm sorry.
High rate, Drew McIntyre, but let's take it back to last Friday in the O2.
That's why I do not do any label when it comes to furniture. The only labor I would ever do on furniture is if I paint it, because I like doing art.
Before feasting once again on the monster Braun Strowman, an emphatic statement was made.
We've seen it for months now. Jacob Fatu has been a massive thorn in your side.
Look, that's an understatement. I've had enough of Jacob sticking his nose in my business. Tonight, I show him why they called me the monster when I buzzsaw him in this last man standing match. Then I'm going to WrestleMania, and I'm taking that U.S. Championship to complete my Grand Slam.
Last man standing. Last man standing, bro. You are finished. No matter what you say, you still gotta go out there and face the Samoa werewolf Jacob Fatu.
Do not waste your energy on this pumpkin head bumping his bacon lips about stuff that's got nothing to do with it. What you need to do is get your boys in order, and my man, you need to keep your eyes on the prize. Yo, Knight, you got a lot of balls coming over here and talking to me like that. Oh, you ain't lying. They're going game swingers. Don't worry about that.
You should talk more.
Tonight. I am worried about you just a little bit. Because if you want to make noise, make noise. If you're about to make a lot of noise out there, you're going to go, yeah. Because I'm going to be stomping your ass out. Now, if I can go ahead and get a referee out here, why don't we go ahead and remind this dummy exactly whose game this is, with everybody saying.
Yeah, out of sync, but whatever. Wait there.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Los Angeles, California. He is the United States Champion, It's coming up next, Tama Tonga against LA Knight.
Got an itchy throat from allergies? Claritin Liquid provides powerful all-day allergy relief in an instantly soothing liquid. For relief of even your most irritating symptoms, like an itchy throat. Claritin Liquid. Live Claritin Clear.
Tell me this. Why can't a car this fast take you this far? Compromise nothing. Lucid.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T.
That's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. It's all the value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones, like the Motorola Edge with turbo power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes, and 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
I avoided the mirror. I felt alone for a long time.
I remember going home praying for it to go away, not thinking there was something wrong with me.
I go into a lot of things thinking it's not going to work, and I thought muesli would be the same thing, but it actually worked.
More than 700,000 patients have regained their confidence with muesli's prescription treatment.
So because a personal friend asked me, I did a My Little Pony cover to the dazzling song "Welcome to the Show." For all my brony watchers,
For me, it's about getting your
that's a great song. Let's face it, Rainbow Rocks had the best songs of all the Equestria Girls movies. So yeah, I just did it for a favor for a friend, and I love how it sounds. I have to do a few editing, and I'm probably gonna be a little lazy with it and just not do a whole new video. Just like, you know, and put it over with the song. I'm going to put the scene and then put my voice over with it, and hope that, like, you know, my watermarks and, like, you know, Texas, like, you know, on the screen can, like, you know, take away the copyrights. Hopefully a little bit. If not, I'm definitely gonna have to tweak out the video.
Raise the jar.
I'll just do it that way.
I graduated
Because I didn't do the whole song per se. Because the whole song is really 6 minutes, and I only did the dazzling parts. So that's the only thing I did.
Because it's in my own time. You could be anywhere and doing school.
I posted a little sample on my close friend story on Instagram, but I'll post it on TikTok as well, because TikTok, of course, has, you know, the extended 5-minute videos. So I'll post the whole video on TikTok.
This might be a surprise, but I'm a makeup artist who doesn't love traditional foundation. I've always been known for a clean, natural look that makes you look like you, but better. That's why I created What the Foundation. It's a game-changing hybrid formula that has light coverage, so you'll barely notice you have anything on. It's ultra-moisturizing and melts seamlessly into your skin. This is exactly what I think a foundation should be. Learn more at jonesroadbeauty.com.
That was a pretty awesome scene in Philly 4 weeks ago when LA Knight reclaimed the United States Championship. Of course, the early weeks of the second one just been bogged down dealing with Samoan headaches.
Oh my god. Clash of the Clans collabed with WWE. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And that's kind of cute and weird at the same time. Tama Tonga. See, he goes, Tonga! He always says like somebody's name like that. Yeah. So happy-go-lucky, and that's good sometimes, just not every time. They really should have just paid Alicia more. She could have done it way better. Or just hire JoJo back. If we can't really have Samantha back, I just want JoJo back, but that's probably not going to happen.
More so with Solo Sikoa prowling around the outside of the ring for this one.
Yeah, that tends to be an issue. We will see if it plays a role here tonight in Chicago.
Already trying to get involved, trying to get the attention of LA Knight right off the bat. Didn't work that time.
No, it didn't, as Knight was able to parry that big left hand that Tama thought he didn't see coming, then delivers the elbow early on.
Look, I think it's pretty obvious that I'm a big fan of LA Knight. If I had to criticize the United States champion, it would be that his confidence at times borders on delusional. He's almost completely oblivious to the fact that he is in major physical danger in the ring with Tama Tonga. Even more so with Solo Sikoa.
I mean, in terms of confidence, we are dealing with a man who described gargantuan onions prior to coming out to this arena floor.
I don't think they were onions, I think they were watermelons, but regardless, the point still stands. Although, however, it is not the megastar standing now.
Nope. Who's looking for the early win, but Knight able to kick out with ease. The megastar here in Chicago. No matter where he goes, big boot lands. He gets an incredible reception. We saw that throughout the Europe tour. You see 225 ratings. Knight coming in at an 88.
Popularity and fan support just breaks the scale for the megastar. Where he goes, we get major ovations. LA Knight now trying to give the people exactly what they want.
You didn't do nothing. Wrong turnbuckle.
Tama. So effective, he just rolls
Wrong
out of the ring.
turnbuckle. That's why he didn't. He had to fake it.
Now out onto the floor. And face to face with Solo Sikoa.
Solo Sikoa just lurking menacingly at all times.
Just caving in the front. Unannounced it, slamming his head into it.
Megastar needs eyes in the back of his head.
He's just standing there menacingly.
Too low down for Solo Sikoa, that's for sure.
Big shoulder right to the gut of Tama Tonga. Oh, and look at Solo jumping onto the apron, getting the attention of the referee. And with that, Tama Tonga takes advantage as the megastar's head slams into the side of the desk.
Skin problems made it feel like I didn't know which way to turn. But now my path is clear thanks to No. 7 Derm Solutions.
With an enriched formula, rebalance, soothe, and hydrate for healthier looking skin. Stop the cycle, rehab your skin.
And so,
Ally Bank Smart Savings
I forgot to say,
Tools
but
help you
Rey
save
Mysterio
2 times
recently
more.
spent money on a
things that are
keychain
doubly
of
important.
himself doing
That's why we're the
619.
bank that's your ally.
And it just looks a little weird because it's so thin, so I feel like as like good as it looks and like how cute it is because it's his own move in the chain, it's just so thin. I feel like it would break easily. That's why I'm like a little scared of him owning that, because I'm like, that metal is so thin. It looks like anybody could just rip it off and it would be like really sad because it looks so cute. It's just him all in chrome with the ropes, and it doesn't spin, which I was kind of upset at that when he showed it to us. It doesn't spin, but it would have been so cute if it spinned, and then that would show him doing the move for real in the chain, but that didn't happen. He just got it going through the ropes. But the ropes are so flat, I wish it could have been a little thicker.
Oh, you gotta see this.
Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort.
Wow, a short film about a crab
A Sleep Number smart
trying to
bed
stop
is perfect
pollution.
for couples. It helps reduce snoring with a tap, so you both get your best night's sleep.
But apparently
Smart
the
beds start at
big man
$9.99,
upstairs hates
exclusively
animals
at Sleep
too.
Number.
Cause I mean,
Pain
those
hits
poor
fast,
penguins.
So get relief fast. Only Tylenol rapid release gels have laser-drilled holes. They release medicine fast for fast pain relief. And now get max straight topical pain relief precisely where you need it with Tylenol Precise.
You want to see something wonderful?
Peacock brings the joy of Wicked home.
Those who love Wicked like me, we just all love young Nessa Rose's little. Yeah, it was so cute. The cutest yes ever. You grab it.
We could do it together.
Wicked, rated PG, streaming now only on Peacock. Any weekend plans?
I would do a Wicked cover too, but I don't know. I'm still debating.
For a U.S. Open championship.
NBC Sports Weekend wins. Moved by
I just wouldn't do a full cover. I would just do like that chorus from Defying Gravity, and that's it.
Right now they're seeing LA Knight and Tama Tonga has been in control ever since the interference on the outside from Solo Sikoa creating a distraction. But now the megastar is trying to fight back.
There's been ruthless efficiency from Tama Tonga, but right LA Knight off at your peril.
Picking up the speed. And a 2 count. Big clothesline from Tama Tonga.
Almost decapitating the megastar.
Such power by Tama Tonga. Of course, LA Knight has been getting a big dose of the Samoans lately. A 2 count. Watch this moments ago, Ray.
Another lockdown. That is devastating a clothesline as you will ever witness.
Oh, I was like,
As much as can be said for the
I
warm
was
personality
about to say,
of
didn't
Tama
Tama Tonga wear a shirt when he first came, but he took it off.
Technically proficient.
And I just noticed it just now. Because I thought for a second it was attached to his outfit, but I was like, oh, so it's not attached.
U.S. title match was interrupted by Jacob Fatu. It's the second reign as U.S. champion for LA Knight.
No.
Just mocking him right now.
No.
Leaping elbow does not connect, and maybe some hope here for LA Knight.
Yeah, you can pull off a stunt like that mockery against a lesser competitor. You simply can't.
Dang, everyone's getting bruised underneath their armpit.
States champion like the megastar LA Knight. You get a window, you gotta take it, or else you'll get this.
And the crowd loving every moment of it. LA Knight.
He's feeling like Kavorka once again. But this crowd are lapping it up.
Yeah.
As Knight with an offensive surge as he eyes Solo Sikoa.
LA Knight. Yay.
Drops the elbow on Tama Tonga. He wants to put an end to this.
As quickly as possible, get yourself out of danger with a big W.
One force trauma? No.
Too much left in Tama Tonga.
A Solo Sikoa up on the apron again. He needs a right hand. Oh no, the roll-up.
Yeah, no way he's gonna win with the roll-up. Yep, that's how it's done. You better watch it. You're becoming less and less help to your posse every time. Solo Sikoa.
His WrestleMania opponent later on this evening between Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu. Just like that.
That's going to be last man standing later.
You can't do it with Jacob Fatu. Now you can't do it with Tama Tonga. That just shows that.
Understood, but I just want to know if CM Punk has given you any indication further about this.
It can't be Kayla anymore.
No, and I don't know why that he has to give you an indication. Because no matter what, why am I telling this to you? Why? Come here. Look at me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying this for the record. CM Punk, I'm on record saying this, okay? No matter what the favor is, my answer is yes. Okay? That's it. That's it. So now you can just tell me and get me out of this jam I'm having with my tribal chief. The answer is yes. Anything you want. The answer
You shouldn't have said that.
my tribal chief. You had a lie.
That's fine and dandy. You're not tribal chief. That's your. Oh no way! I got it now. This is probably what's gonna happen. I'm telling you. I'm your tribal chief. I'm telling you. No way.
You were expecting the other Shield guy,
No,
right?
no. He's talking to the right Shield guy. No, no.
You look awful. I've seen you in a bad way before. This might be the worst I've ever seen you. You just look like you had a horrible week. On the other hand, I had a great week. You see, once I got away from this big CM Punk main eventing WrestleMania celebration, I was able to gain some perspective. I was able to formulate a plan. And you know what I was thinking though, Paul? This favor thing, man. You really dug yourself into a hole here, huh? But it kind of affects me too. So when Rowan does get here, you let me know. Because I want to be present to hear what this favor's gonna be too. Let that tear away, pal. It's gonna be alright.
Oh, Paul Heyman's gonna betray both his guys. Yeah, please, if all of our theories and stuff are wrong, I'm done. 'Cause just like me and everybody else, we make theories that make sense and that would be cool, but we're totally disregarded. That's a nice outfit, Charlotte. See, black is definitely your color, but I'm not too sure about those pants. Those pants are not for you. But only because they're too short. I feel like those shorts underneath those lace pants are too short. And I'm just like, I'm not one to wear short things. That's why I have a little problem with them. But those lace pants are pretty nonetheless, because I actually have a lace dress just like that. It's not really a dress. It's just like a over. You have to wear a bodysuit and then you put the lace over. That's the kind of dress it is, and I have done that before. I just can't wear it because it's not summer yet. That's all. But I would totally wear it when it gets warmer. That choker though on Charlotte, it was definitely very big. It's a very big lace choker. I've never seen a lace choker like that. It's like you're wearing a whole. It's like you're wearing a whole, like a harness on your neck. No kinks, no kink shit.
If you have advanced prostate cancer, you know all about perseverance. You believed in your team, even when it hurt. You met the challenge piece by piece. You didn't quit then. Don't start now. If you've had hormonal and chemotherapy, ask your doctor about Pluvicto, a different type of treatment for PSMA-positive metastatic prostate cancer that targets PSMA-positive cancer cells, so you can be you for longer. And that's no small victory. Pluvicto involves contact with radioactivity, which may increase the risk for cancer and cause.
Nope, he's not gonna be a visionary anymore. He's gonna be the mundane mad messiah. Soon enough, I bet you.
During and after treatment. Pluvicto can cause low levels of blood cell counts, kidney problems, and infertility. Tell your doctor if you have weakness, pale skin, shortness of breath, bleeding or bruising more easily, an infection, or changes in urination. Side effects include tiredness, dry mouth, nausea, appetite loss, and constipation. Here's to never giving up. Ask your doctor about Pluvicto for more everyday victories.
They say do what you love and the money will follow. My passion for making life beautiful led to a successful design firm, booming online sales, and a TV show. It also led to chaos, endless spreadsheets, and no single source of truth. We couldn't scale, so we chose NetSuite by Oracle. Now I get immediate visibility across the business, from revenue to customers and fulfillment. Clean, simple, beautiful. NetSuite is critical to the success of my business. They say do what you love and the money will follow. My passion for making life beautiful led to a successful design firm, booming online sales, and a TV show. It also led to chaos, endless spreadsheets, and no single source of truth. We couldn't scale, so we chose NetSuite by Oracle. Now I get immediate visibility across the business, from revenue to customers and fulfillment. Clean, simple, beautiful. NetSuite is critical to the success of my business.
A blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson. The Hyundai Tucson comes standard with America's best warranty. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Isa, ¿desayunaste? Niño, ¿desayunaste?
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so cute. Oh no! Aleister Black. Another one. Oh, Aleister Black. See, that choker is like a waist belt on her neck, and dang, if I wore something like that, my neck would definitely be not only sweaty, but I would probably get those seatbelt lines when you put your neck on the seatbelt. I would get one of those. Oh, look, you're right. Oh, look, you're matching. That's been a thing for them, Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte, though. They try to match clothes with each other. So, they're trying to, see who could wear each color better. And they try to see who could wear it better. But in this case, Charlotte wears this better. Tiffany Stratton. Black has, been a good color on you, most of the times, but that top is wrong. That top is a little too open for my liking on you.
Now, due to the heated nature of recent interactions between you two, I have been volunteered to moderate this interview. First, please let me welcome the
I like Charlotte's outfit better because, honestly, when it comes to lace clothing should always be long. I like short lace clothing, but not all the time. Lace clothing are just better when they're long because you just love how it flows in the air and as you walk and stuff, that make you look so elegant and stuff. That's why I like lace clothing if it's long. But the pants that Tiffany Stratton wear are not too bad to wear in the summer. But again, like I said, with Charlotte, needs a little bit needs a little bit longer shorts because they're just wearing like, you know, undie shorts. But I do like Charlotte's top better. I said lots of times, well, it's not really strapless, but it's not really, I don't think that strap will keep it up forever, so, but have strapless tops like the one that Charlotte's wearing, I cannot wear because I told you, they, no matter how small I get it, it always falls off me. And what Tiffany's wearing, forget it. No matter how tightly I tie it up, it would fall off me over time.
Are you done? Wait, did she get her ruin? Listen, Charlotte, your biggest competitor.
I do love Tiffany Stratton's boot only because I love the dogtooth pattern on boots. Dogtooth patterns on, like, you know, any clothes, whether it's shoes or like, you know, a top or a skirt. They always look so pretty, and in heels like hers, definitely the best.
Which one is it, Charlotte?
And Charlotte's just wearing black heels with diamonds on it, and that's just a classic Y2K. But I usually don't like to wear shoes that have, like, you know, bedazzled on them because they do scuff over time.
You're gonna come second to me, Tiffany Stratton.
Do you think you're the first?
Do you hear that? That's power.
And it looks good on you, sweetie.
Do you think you're the first opponent? Chicago!
Please, lady.
Hold on. You have just regurgitated what my last opponents have said the last 10 years. You think you're the first opponent to say that I've come second to my dad? No, Chicago, Tiffany, and everyone watching at home. If I have to come second...
You're getting the Dominic treatment. For Dominic, I would feel a little bad, but with you, I don't feel anything for you, Charlotte. I'd rather talk to my Sharpay Evans / Sabrina Carpenter hybrid, which is Tiffany Stratton.
What's the matter, Charlotte? Cat got your time?
Oh no, I'm sorry, they're booing so loud.
I wonder why.
What would you guys, what would you like me to say?
Nothing.
Man, this is really cool because here's the thing. Tiffany can win.
Watch yourself, Wade Barry.
You know what, Tiffany?
Drawing an invisible line won't do nothing.
Charlotte, at 25 years old, what were you doing? You were trying to become a volleyball player drinking in your daddy's basement. And what am I doing at 25 years old? I'm walking into WrestleMania as the WWE Women's Champion.
You're really 25. You don't look it. You look like you're at least 23 or 22.
Seems like I got into you, Charlotte. And your WrestleMania record may be 4-3. And you may be the queen inside of the ring. But outside of the ring, you ain't the queen of... What are you saying? I can't hear you, Timmy! It's not squeaking! I can't hear you!
Oh, God.
And for 16 more days, you get to call yourself WWE's least favorite Nepo baby. Congratulations, Queen! Nepo Queen!
Wow, she fits it. Dang, that's been the hot topic of the month, Nepo baby. Nepotism really is alive and well.
You're gonna be just like you are outside of the ring. Alone.
Oh.
What is that record? Like what? 0-3? Hey, Tiffany, is that why Kaiser's in my DMs?
Oh, please. Is that why Kaiser's in my DMs? It doesn't make that.
And in just 2 weeks,
That comeback just didn't make sense because they are not married and didn't go through a divorce, unlike she did. So.
WWE Women's Championship. Charlotte and Tiffany coming your way in Vegas.
That was an embarrassing thing. You just should have said nothing and just try to attack her. That would have made it a lot more funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to make a major announcement. In conjunction with Raw General Manager Adam Pearce, next week, right here on Smackdown, we will present to you a women's tag team gauntlet match featuring teams from both Raw and Smackdown. The winners will face Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the women's tag team championship at WrestleMania.
Wow. Women's tag team gauntlet. The challenge Liv with her help.
The Street Profits new music. We need Jim Joustin back because as much as firing Jeff Rebel and CFO was like, you know, a decent idea at the time. I'm starting to have second thoughts now, but at the same time, not really. It's just that we need Jim Joustin back anyway, because he was the only one who did it right, and he always will be the only one who does it right in WWE music.
Today.
Cierra los ojos. ¿Puedes sentirlo? Esa sensación. Un lugar. ¿Sabes cómo llegar? Ahora, abre los ojos y pon las manos en el volante. Porque soy el único que puede dártelo. Soy el único que se atreve a todo. Soy el único capaz de hacerte vivir con libertad extrema. Desatando tu potencial sin límites. Porque solo el tío proporciona los medios para ser ilimitado. Sí, solo uno.
JP Morgan Chase invests in healthcare to help create healthier communities.
Make the green grass grow all around, make the green grass grow all around.
Cuando las alergias te dan un golpe bajo, el poder de Claritin D devuelve el golpe con fuerza. Alivio rápido y poderoso para los peores síntomas de tu alergia, como la congestión nasal. Claramente Claritin.
Mountain Performance TV is the hardest working software in television because we make it easy for businesses to get on TV. Just drag, drop, and launch. I've actually played games on my phone that are hard to miss. Get started today at mountain.com.
I came here to be part of something. The Empire cannot win.
Resistance is absurd.
Stand together. We will be crushed.
Are you ready to fight? Welcome to the rebellion. Season 2 streaming soon, only on Disney Plus.
just hits you out of nowhere.
Oh, yes, it does.
But Secret Whole Body Dry Peel Deodorant absorbs all that delightful sudden sweat everywhere.
Everywhere, everywhere?
Oh yeah, it's aluminum free and keeps you 72 hours fresh. Even my OB recommends it.
Amazing, because all this random sweat is making me smell like a teenage boy.
That's not us anymore. With Secret, we don't have to give a sweat.
What is this stuff on prom night?
I know, right?
What is that? I have no idea.
Secret, no sweat.
Why can't we say we're the best home shopping site? Because while true, you just can't say that legally. What if we said it in Spanish?
Homes.com es el mejor.
No. What if he said it?
Homes.com. It's the best.
Homes.com.
It's the best.
I know it's late. You all have families, but I'm just going to keep talking.
Just that crayon. Crayon mango for you.
Boss, you get a crayon pineapple if you admit this could have been an email.
Hey, 2 weeks from tonight, it's the Smackdown before WrestleMania. Of course, you can get your tickets. They're on sale right now. We're just 15 days away from WrestleMania. That ends at 8 p.m. local, by the way. So 2 hours later, you got plenty of time to get down the street to Stop Blue and get to the Hall of Fame ceremony. You can do 2 events in one night. You can get your tickets now.
I'm gonna start in June to see how much SummerSlam is. I don't think we're gonna go to SummerSlam, but it's still worth a shot to see how much they are. Because soon enough, I'm going to make an announcement on like big changes that are happening in my life that I can't go into detail now, and it's not time anyway. So I think like May to June will be the perfect time for me to say what I have to say. But until then, don't worry, everything is totally fine, and it's life changing, but it's only life changing to me, not really to you guys somewhat.
And the goal, those guys, the Street Profits.
I have high hopes for it though, so don't worry.
Unstoppable since returning their drop from the Motor City Machine Gun. And this tag team several times since January. You know, these two teams want to get back to the goal ASAP, or we get their opportunity right now.
He's so happy.
Last saw them in Aspen Montez Ford, nearly scraping the ceiling of the Olympic arena in Barcelona from the heavens on top of Johnny Gargano and took the championships off DIY. That was a sensational battle, but now Gargano and Ciampa in this spot to work their way back. We go good tag action in a division that's been so deep and so red hot. #1 contenders match to face the Street Profits.
Has been a red hot competitive division. All teams have to scratch and claw for every opportunity.
Our next Smackdown presented by Jimmy John's. They're finally here. They're hot. Try the new toasted sandwiches at Jimmy John's. You can order one today.
These two teams, of course, both held the goal within the past several months, such as the chaotic nature of this division. They've also been close friends for many years, although that got thrown away when DIY blown the Motor City Machine Guns back in December and claimed gold from them.
Yeah, the betrayal of Johnny Gargano. 3rd time these teams have met for the WWE Tag Team titles. Of course, the current champions played a huge role in deciding things last week between MCMG and DIY. The Royal Rumble, that 2 out of 3 falls match wave.
Look, all of the teams in this division have been bickering for months now. I would argue that the Motor City Machine Guns perhaps had the biggest gripe of them all after being screwed out of their tag title reign and multiple opportunities since due to the rampant disorder that has been the Smackdown tag ranks. Well, now's the time to get back on track.
Shelly has no problem delivering right hands. And a little something extra for Johnny Gargano.
I really want them to go through with, the tag team ladder match 2.0 because it was successful last WrestleMania, and I think it would be successful now. And that's the only way to take care of all this, like, you know, to take care of all these feudings with all these superstars. Because all these tag teams on the men's side of this roster has it out for each other, so this is the only way to make it stop.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Try Insurify. We help you compare quotes and save half on your car insurance.
I like it when things are convenient and save me lots of money.
Go to Insurify.com and save up to $1,000 a year on your car insurance.
I know how to use it.
Guys, you gotta see this.
Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort. Quality healthcare shouldn't take up all your time. HIMS offers access to doctor-trusted treatments for hair loss, ED, and weight loss 100% online. Answer a few questions about your health history to connect with a licensed provider in hours, not weeks. You can get personalized treatment, 24/7 support, and medication delivered directly. No need for insurance or appointments. Get the care you need and get back to your day. Expert care, 100% online. Get started today at hims.com.
Strength comes in every shade. You Color Strong is how it's made. Fortified with AHA for color, bonding all the way. Plus zero ammonia and no gray. New Color Strong by Clairol. It's so.
Hey, honey. Sorry I took the last table.
That's okay. I'm sorry I ratted you out to the IRS.
You did what?
Take everything.
Come visit Mommy in prison.
Bye, Mommy. Hands off my halos.
I actually bought some yesterday.
What's going on?
Love how the new Homes.com helps you get quick answers about any property by connecting them to the actual listing agent.
Oh, so I'm done?
Oh, no. We're still not sure everyone knows that we're the only site that always connects you to the listing agent rather than selling off your contact info. So we're going to keep you up there a little while longer.
Okay, I'm getting great exposure.
Speaking of exposure, can we get him a hat?
Ooh, what about a beret?
No.
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
My name is Lorena. I graduated from South New Hampshire University. I wanted to earn the degree because I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. I chose this school because it's of my own time. You could be anywhere and doing school. I want my kids to see this. I want my mom and my dad to see that I did it.
Ay, mi hijita hermosa, ¿qué te puedo decir que no estoy bien orgullosa de ti? I love you.
I see you looking at me. You're zipped.
No, don't do it.
You can't ignore me, but you know what you can do? Pop me! Come on! Pop me! It's a perfect solution and you would definitely not regret it. Pop me! Pop me! Pop me! Just do it! Pop me! Oh, no!
Pimple, meet your Mighty Patch. Gently absorb pimple gum for results in just 6 to 8 hours. From Europe, the #1 acne patch brand.
Check it out. Pizza Hut's rippable, dippable, cheesy bites pizza in Ranch Lover's Flight with 3 flavors is a game changer. With 28 cheesy-filled bites, everyone's gonna be dunking it. The Cheesy Bites pizza in new Ranch Lover's Flight. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
Joan Wade with you here in Chicago. This is the #1 contender. WWE Tag Team Championship opportunity awaits off the top rope. Cross body. Good work by Chris Sabin.
It was about 5 minutes straight of abuse on poor Alex Shelley, who finally got his way over to that tag and got in the fresh Chris Sabin, and the complexion of the match completely changed.
How about Sabin breaking loose against both Ciampa
Oh, wow.
Well, when your tag team partners
He
taking
kicked
the
him.
and Shelley is already absorbed, you can't know the deal.
He
You
made
might
him
have to
kick
do this
him.
on your own. Although Shelley seemingly back in the mix already.
You saw the champs looking on. 5 hooks to the outside.
Oh, wow, through the legs.
Big profits are the prize for these two former tag
You gotta be careful through the legs because he could have bumped in and made him trip.
Machine guns.
Want to see machine guns, just innovators of that modern cruiserweight style, kind of guys that the locker room today had studied for years before they arrived here on Smackdown. We're now getting a taste of exactly why their reputations are so huge.
This is exactly what you're describing. Into the cover, looking for the win. The #1 contenders for the finale. And 2 by Tommaso Ciampa.
So much at stake, and I promise you this, throughout their long careers, the Motor City Machine Guns, as we take another look at the champs of Street Profits side at ringside, they have never experienced anything quite as chaotic as the tag ranks here, as you can see.
Oh, man, Johnny Gargano breaking up what could have been a Skull and Bones attempt by Motor City Machine Guns, Wade.
We're in the process of Chris Sabin crashing down there. The turnbuckle got ripped off.
Well, that's exposed. That top turnbuckle is completely off. Oh, and it's an exposed top turnbuckle.
Hit him in the nuts, man.
Right into it.
You can see what Jab was doing with that high ring. There's the roll up. Almost backfired on it, taking the referee's attention away and trying to use that exposed turnbuckle.
My God.
Post the leg for the win. And the kick out.
Late kick out there from Chris Sabin after that connection from Project Ciampa that he's won countless matches with, both here and on NXT.
Oh.
For the win. Coming in to make the save is Alex Shelley. Fairy tale ending to a nightmare for DIY.
We'll see the greatest hits of DIY right now, but it's not been enough thus far to put away the Motor City Machine Guns and claim that
Hi
number
there.
one contender spot.
Yes, it's Smackdown time. Back at 8 o'clock again.
In the middle, backfired last time they went for it.
Yeah, not that time. You guys were smart this time.
How Chris Sabin is still standing at this point.
Uncanny ability to go 2-on-1 and take advantage. And now lining up the facial and delivering it.
What a beauty, right to the kisser of Tommaso Ciampa. And now defenseless is the Sicilian.
And now the Skull and Bones attempt again is denied. That's 2 times. Here's the roll up. Ciampa utilizing the ropes.
You jackass.
The veteran referee Charles Rollins thinking only a much past him. Worth a try at least.
Going into the corner.
Oh, you did it. Yes. You did it. You did it. If you're gonna cheat, don't get caught. If you're gonna cheat, do it right, which he did, so. MCMG did it right, so. What, did they take a razor? Did they take a razor to Tommaso's forehead just to fake it splitting him open? I don't think so. They're not zooming in on it, so I don't think so. Anyway, yeah, this is the match that was bound to happen first. Aw. Nice jacket. Nice jacket, fellas. Pretty deadly.
We're like pretty useless. Imagine getting an opportunity and fumbling at the 1 yard line. I mean, are you guys a tag team or are you Chicago Bears? Either way, both a joke. Oh, we're a joke. Well, we've got jokes. Here's a joke for you. The Marine 3. You're gonna attack me. Let me go. The Marine 4. The Marine 5. At least the Marine was made 6 times. How's your musical?
Oh, it's funny you mentioned music, actually. We just got finished writing a song, and you would love it. It's about a character who hasn't been awesome for at least 10 years, if there ever was. And what did we name the track? I was The Miz. The Miz.
I'm a 9-time tag team champion. How many titles have you won?
9 times. How many partners is that, Miz? Yeah.
How many partners have you betrayed to do it?
You're basically the Leonardo DiCaprio of tag team wrestling. Which leaves me standing here, Mello, wondering why you are so happy being relegated to The Miz. Icing on the cake, Elton. Icing on the cake, they're not even a real tag team.
No. Understand that we are Mellow, don't Miz. And you two couldn't beat us on our worst day. Because we are awesome. We are here.
No, that's bad. No, I'm fine with dealing just. I'm fine with handling just Mellow Miz. That was kind of corny.
Braun Strowman, Jacob Fatu for a spot at
Awesome.
WrestleMania.
Sounds like you're trying to say the name Asim. b-fab. Poor girl. I hate that you're gonna be defeated easily. I do love that fur coat that you have on. I want one like this. I always said I wanted one like that. And I want it with ears. Because honestly, when I got into like, you know, showcasing Y2K fashion, I was going to get one of those exaggerated bear fur, those furry bear, what's it called, bucket hats. I was gonna get that. No, I was gonna get one of, like I said, I was gonna get those bear fur, like, you know, bucket hats, but then I switched it to the rabbit ears that you saw me with before, and I still want to get that bear hat though. Who carded? What are you talking about?
Mopping is hard work, but I thought it was the only way I could get my floors truly clean. And then I tried the Swiffer Power Mop and realized I can get cleaner floors without the extra work. It has a built-in solution that breaks down dirt on contact, and the pad's hundreds of strips to scrub away sticky messes.
Like John Morrison's old
Okay, Power Mop.
Well, it could be.
360-degree swivel head, things up along baseboards, and even
It could be inspired by him because they're still Miz and him are still besties despite John Morrison being on the other brand. But I haven't heard his name in quite a while, and I hear about AEW almost on a daily basis, but not because I like it, just because it's wrestling news in general, and I always get news about other wrestling companies aside from WWE.
That's been my goal for 20 years, and it always will be. Now, local agencies.
I wish we had him back. That's another superstar who I wish would come back.
To deliver that higher standard of care.
Rumor has it that Jim Ross wants to come back to WWE and sign a Legends deal, but I'm not too sure about that because he's doing pretty well as a commentator in AEW, so I'm not too, like, you know, sure that's like true or not. I mean, if it is, that's good, but he's like decently successful and doing it, like, you know, a good run on as a commentator in AEW, so I'm just not too sure.
Mopping is hard work.
You know, Johnny TV. That's his other nickname. That's his other nickname people called him.
Realized I can get cleaner floors.
But of course, nobody's gonna really call him that as his real name. They're always gonna say John Morrison, no matter what.
Even from grout lines. Okay, Power Mop. Plus, it's 360-degree swivel head, things up along baseboards, and even behind the toilet. So ditch the bucket and all the hard work that comes along with it with the Swiffer Power Mop.
Faraday presenta Ojos con alergia eficazón contra el jardinero. Y el ganador es Faraday Extra Fuerte. Para aliviar la picazón de los ojos por alergia, actúa más rápido y supera Clarity Flores aún a las 24 horas. Faraday, adelante.
I used to be an early bird, but psoriatic arthritis stumped my day before it started. Then things started to change for me when I found Bimzelx. Now I can't wait to say I'm back.
Bimzelx can deliver transformative relief from joint pain and stiffness, less fatigue, and for some, zero swollen joints.
I'm back to what inspires me.
Serious side effects like suicidal thoughts and behavior, infections, and low ability to fight them, liver problems, and inflammatory bowel disease have occurred. Tell your doctor if these happen or worsen, or fevers, chills, muscle aches, or cough occur, or you've had a vaccine or plan to. Before starting, get checked for infections, tuberculosis, and liver problems.
Give yourself a chance to say, I'm back.
Ask your doctor about Bimzelx.
Welcome to the 4 parks of Universal Orlando Resort.
Undertaker's One Dead Man show is going to be at the Blue Light Theater, the Fontainebleau in Vegas, part of WrestleMania week. Punctuate Saturday, April 19th at 10 o'clock p.m. The Phenom's going to have that intimate setting. Never before heard stories he'll share from his Hall of Fame career. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. There's b-fab a couple weeks ago. She didn't hesitate in taking out Charlotte Flair. Tonight,
That outfit that b-fab has on today is a little better.
Attached to it, out for revenge against Naomi.
It kind of reminds me of a Power Ranger outfit, honestly. Just with a little bit of snake skin. Golden snake skin. Wow. Yeah. As she should.
Cargill wasting no time. Beating down Naomi.
My mom. Delayed reaction because it's showing that mine is more ahead than hers. Wait, is Jade Cargill supposed to cosplay that X-Men character Storm? Is that what she's called? Yes, get your fast roll up. Oh no, she's not gonna get it. I was gonna say, b-fab, you could totally get a roll up right now. Undertaker concert. No, it's not a concert. It's a one-man show.
How about the big kick from b-fab? b-fab was on fire early on here, Wade.
Besides, the Undertaker singing is something I would never have on my bingo card. But then again, Alexa Bliss was on The Masked Singer, so who knows how many wrestlers can really sing.
With her athleticism and her frame, she has such upside, but then you add in the fuel of intensity and emotion and passion in going up against Naomi, you see the results she get.
Well, b-fab told me before she arrived here in WWE, she idolized Naomi. Wow!
For the win!
See, before b-fab's outfit, she wore another one. I can't really remember what it looked like, but before her outfit was... It was the wrong shade of red, but this time it's the right shade of red because it's the same color as her hair, so that's why it complements her. And with a little bit of gold and black and white on top of it, it definitely makes it more detailed and more popish. Like, you know, it's popping out more.
Is gonna hang her straight down. Oh, the damage that's done to hit the back of her head, upper back, against the corner.
The clues are there. Proceed with caution. The nice girl is gone. 2025's Naomi is highly volatile.
Oh, would you look at that? That modified lung blower and now the cover.
Aw, poor thing. I really wish she got a fast roll up. That would have been funny, and then they could continue the brawl. But she's been about to do that in a few minutes. Yes, I knew Naomi was going to probably win for sure, but I was hoping b-fab could have a fast roll up just so we could continue this brawl, but it's probably going to continue anyway.
Pulls up Jade Cargill. Oh, she found out where she's at.
You're done.
She's taking out security. Would you look at Jade Cargill?
Drop it. Don't mess with Storm. The storm is coming. Be careful, Naomi. You're about to have a nip slip. Is she wrapped in crime scene tape? Yeah, that's been her aesthetic so far. This, like, you know, gimmick change and character heel change. I just don't know what it means. Before it was like, you know, a tribute to a girl named Trinity, an old wrestler named Trinity. It was an old wrestler named Trinity, and she wore, like, you know, just caution tape that covered her nips and just a fishnet. But in here, she's wearing fishnet, and the caution tape is over, you know, the bralette and all the fishnet. So that's, like, you know, the different, like, how she modified it in her own fashion. Yeah, she's going for, like, you know, she's going for, like, a Gone Mad type of character change, which is, like, you know, it seems seemingly harmless is all, like, you know, my opinion from it. Like, she's trying so hard to, like, pull it off and stuff, but she passes off as seemingly harmless. Like, I said seemingly, so that doesn't mean completely harmless.
You screwed yourself, but I'm the villain, right? Money in the bank. You should have been focused on the moment. You tried to cash in, but your baggage, once again, followed you. I remain champion. You screwed yourself, but I'm the villain. Right?
I can say that about most superstars.
Chamber, I eliminated you from both. Plain and simple. Then you attacked me like a coward, and you coaxed me my shot at main eventing WrestleMania. You know what you are, Drew? You're a hypocrite. You make excuses, you bitch and complain, and you point your finger at everybody else other than yourself. I know what you are, Drew. You're a junkie. You get off on this high from telling stupid-ass jokes every week for a cheap-ass pop, and you play the victim every damn week. You don't have to paint me as the villain of your story anymore. I am your villain. The time to pray is now, Drew. No looking for me in the shadows. Look for me in the middle of the ring next week. Face to face, eye to eye. Because I want you to stop.
Eye to eye. He shouldn't have said that. Yeah, they're really probably going through with that.
At WrestleMania.
Eye for an eye match. Again. Oh boy. I hope you don't give us the bad news.
What will Kevin Owens have to say now? That is next.
Yeah, so I wonder if Kevin Owens will announce that he probably, like, you know, can't compete. He has to forfeit or something, but he probably not gonna anyway.
All the benefits of their platform seeing 20%. T-Mobile blows the competition away.
Like, go to prom with me. I couldn't even go to my own prom because there was no prom for us. Besides, going to prom is kind of dumb if you don't have a date.
Tell me this.
And going with friends is, like, you know, for me, doesn't really make it any better.
Compromise nothing. Lose it.
Because you're still around people that you don't hang out with. So just because you're with your own friend group don't mean you're not around anybody else.
Things you absolutely love. That's why we're the bank that's your ally.
I can't go to prom with a stranger anyway, so.
Cuando nuestra hija y nietos se mudaron con nosotros,
Niños, a dormir.
ella pensó que no íbamos a poder con todo. Claro que podemos. Lo que no pudo fue nuestro detergente barato. Tiene mucha agua y eso no funciona tan bien con las manchas. Así que volvimos a Tide una lavada y se fueron las manchas.
Mine was about 40 years ago. Mine was 5 years ago, so.
¿Qué tú no te ibas a dormir? Tide tiene 3 veces los ingredientes activos de limpieza en una fórmula super concentrada.
So yeah, definitely no, I'm not going to prom with you.
It's that time of the year. Burlington's spring deals are in the air. Styles are sprouting.
If yours is 40 and mine is 5, that tells the age gap.
Time Time to save up to 60% off other retailers' prices every day. Wow! Time to celebrate another season of savings at Burlington. Burlington. Deals, brands, wow!
They say do what you love and the money will follow. My passion for making life beautiful led to a successful design firm, booming online sales, and a TV show. It also led to chaos, endless spreadsheets, and no single source of truth. We couldn't scale, so we chose NetSuite by Oracle. Now I get immediate visibility across the business, from revenue to customers and fulfillment. Clean, simple, beautiful. NetSuite is critical to the success of my business. They say do what you love and the money will follow. My passion for making life beautiful led to a successful design firm, booming online sales, and a TV show. It also led to chaos.
I wasn't even thought of during that time, so you really think I'm gonna go to a prom with somebody that age?
Now I get immediate visibility across the business.
I was probably still in my dad's nutsack by that time.
Simple, beautiful. NetSuite is critical to the success of my business.
No, I'm lying. I really wasn't thought of at that time.
She was pure evil. You are gonna get it figured out, right?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, but technically I was still in my dad's nutsack. Just because I wasn't thought of yet doesn't mean that I'm not like still created per se.
What you see in this ring before you is the greatest example of evolution you will ever see.
Evolution was one of the great.
And I'm about to be in my mid-20s, so you really think you have a chance?
You had the guy who was in the process of being there and doing it all with Triple H, and two younger promising talents.
Randy Orton. The man has every gift that a man can be given.
Triple H wanted me to be one of the guys, and it was like, oh my God, this is great.
Dave Bautista. Unbridled destruction.
Randy and I were very giddy about the idea of us repairing them.
Yeah, look at Batista, a lot skinnier now, but he said he feels so much better now.
They had it all going for them. Money, nice cars, success.
You don't have what it takes, and evolution will leave you behind.
Hands down, evolution is the most important thing that I've done. There's something really special about that group.
Heed my words, everyone. Don't play the field with me, because it'll always be a miss.
Smackdown that night. That ends at 8 p.m. local in Vegas. You got a 2-hour gap to get down the street to Fountain Blue and get to the Hall of Fame ceremony. So you can take in 2 events in one night, and you can get your tickets now. You see Ticketmaster listed there, the Hall of Fame 2 weeks from tonight. Let's go to Nick Aldis, the general manager in the ring.
Well, folks, this is a part of my job that, frankly, is not very fun.
Yeah, I wonder if they're really serious. Yeah.
In this industry, there's a fine line between coming back next week like everything's fine and finding out that potentially you may never set foot in this ring again.
Wait, I didn't think it was that serious now.
It's a cliche, but there's a reason that we say don't try this at home. I don't want to say much more because I'd rather you hear it from the man himself. But ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Kevin Owens.
Warning from GM Nick Aldis. KO looking bitter and dejected, but that has been his demeanor of late. It's very hard to get a read on KO at the best of times.
I've been doing this for 25 years, and I think I can say confidently that for those 25 years, I really gave everything I had every time I stepped foot in this ring. And in those 25 years, because of this industry, I've gotten to live incredible things and experience things I'll never forget. I've had the chance to take care of my family in a way that I could have only dreamed of. But there's a price to pay for.
Wait, I just noticed he's wearing a Finn Balor shirt.
And that's the toll it takes on our bodies. Every single guy and girl back there has paid that price at different times, and now it seems like it's my turn. Because the reality is, for the last 4 months or so, I've been dealing with a pretty serious neck injury, and we didn't know what it was. We didn't really know how serious it was. Thankfully, this week, we managed to figure it out, and now I have to go get neck surgery. So that's what I'm gonna do. And the timing couldn't be worse, because let me tell you, not getting to be in the ring with Randy Orton at WrestleMania really sucks. And I'm really thankful for WWE for allowing me to come out here in front of you guys and telling you all that, because the truth is, I don't know when I'll have the privilege to be in front of you guys again. What I do know is
the last few I almost don't believe it, because he was wearing that, you know, Bret Hart hoodie all this other time, so. But I'm still wondering, why is he wearing a Finn Balor shirt?
So,
what does Finn Balor has to do with this?
For now, I want to say thank you, and I'm sorry, guys. Thank you.
Oh. And if Randy Orton comes out, it can't be real, so. Unless he doesn't attack him, and then yeah. Maybe it is real. He's signed pretty loud.
Well, this is a man who threatened to punk kick KO all the way back to Montreal. And I don't know if sympathy is an emotion that Randy Orton is capable of feeling.
Or he's gonna do what he did to him. He's gonna do it anyway. That way he'll be out for a long while. You know, I never say this, but when they throw the mic down, it doesn't make that loud feedback anymore. It seemed like mics used to make louder feedback when they were dropped, like back then, than they do now. Okay. Maybe it is real then. Yeah, it probably is real, so.
Kevin Owens, despite the fact that he finally was introduced.
But I gave everything for 25 years. But I have a severe neck injury.
Who was that? Who was that in the audience?
He doesn't know when he'll be back again.
Randy, I hate to be the one to tell you this, and there's no easy way to say it, but I'm afraid that means that you no longer have a match for WrestleMania.
course you do, just with who's the replacement. He's gonna RKO Nick Aldis. Yes, I was like, yes, he's the only one who can.
Those voices in his head. RKOing the Smackdown general manager.
Finding. Damn, what a shame. Yeah, I said if Randy Orton doesn't really attack him, then it's definitely not real.
Devastating blows. Of course, for KO, but indeed too for Randy Orton, who at this point in his career does not want to miss a single WrestleMania. A major shakeup. Kevin Owens.
We're all looking for some place to call home. But first you need a place to look for a place to call home. And that's homes.com, because it's the best.
I told you, you cannot legally say homes.com is the best.
What if she says it as Morgan Freeman?
Homes.com. I can get this. Home.com.
No.
Well, how can we not say it if that's our new name? Homes.com is the best.com.
Southern New Hampshire University hace posible lo imposible. Puedes terminar tus estudios a tu ritmo y a un precio accesible.
Desde el momento que apliqué online para SNSU, el proceso de admisión fue bastante fácil y me apoyaron muchísimo.
Con más de 200 carreras universitarias para elegir, Southern New Hampshire University tiene un programa en línea para ti. Entonces, ¿qué esperas? El éxito está a tu alcance. Aplica en línea hoy.
It's me! You're this! I wouldn't miss your wedding for the world! Everybody's gonna be there! Your friends, your family, your coworkers. And when that veil comes off, everyone's going to be looking at me! I'm gonna be in all the pictures! Because today is my day!
Pimple, meet your Mighty Patch. Gently absorb pimple gum for results in just 6 to 8 hours. From Hero, the #1 acne patch brand.
I know it's late, you all have families, but I'm just going to keep talking.
Just that crayon. Crayon mango for you. Boss, you get a crayon pineapple if you admit this could have been an email.
If you go to the gym and all you do is run on the treadmill for an hour, you don't need a training shoe. However, if you start incorporating weights and more dynamic in terms of lateral to medial, up and down, a normal running shoe with a lot of stack height will not give you the right amount of support. The point is to wear a product that you don't have to think about. And if it's engineered right for that activity, you're gonna not think about the fact that you're wearing it because it's doing its job.
Want a next level clean? Swish with the Whoa of Listerine. It kills 99.9% of bad breath germs for 5 times more cleaning power than brushing and flossing alone. Get a next level clean with Listerine. Feel the Whoa.
Attention super markup shoppers. It's about time we pay everyday low prices, like at Aldi. Not increasingly high prices for potatoes. And these sales that aren't really sales. We're getting hustle, people. Hey, buddy, got a loyalty card? Useless. Because at Aldi, you don't need one to get a good deal. Here at Aldi, they don't play pricing games. You just walk in and save. That's why they're #1 in everyday low prices.
Everything we don't do is for you. It's an Aldi thing. After Smackdown on USA.
It's so strange to see commercials here and hear commercials where you're at. Well, This is I'm watching it on Fubo, so I have no choice but to.
Non-daily event ever in the All-State Arena.
And I only have so much to talk about during the commercials.
This Hungry for Mania moment is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WrestleMania.
I watched half of that video on Peacock, but I never finished it. And frankly, I didn't care. Aside from the Andre the Giant match.
WrestleMania is living up to everything I expected it to be. The Incredible Hulk, working with Batman himself, Mr. T. The greatest wrestling extravaganza of the century, WrestleMania.
The following is a last man standing match.
Yeah, this is the second to last event. He says a little too country. That's probably why he says it all happy.
No disqualifications, no pinfalls, and no submissions. The only way to win is to incapacitate your opponent.
Yeah, he needs to look through a cue card so so that's how you know that he's still in training almost. Lots of local stations are commercial. Yeah, this new ring announcer, he still has to look at a cue card, so he doesn't have, like, the things memorized all that well.
There's an atmospheric change inside every arena when this man comes out. It's like a temporized cloud gathers and the conditions become severe.
Talking about the aura, perhaps the most terrifying man I have been in the presence of in my entire time in this industry, and that is quite the statement. The stuff of nightmares. Man used to flattening his prey, and that being the end of it is simply not that easy when you are dealing with a monster like Strowman, and that has highly agitated Fatu.
WrestleMania is presented by Snickers. Snickers satisfy. And by WWE 2K25, available now, bringing you
Ring announcing is tough. He doesn't have an earpiece. Well, honestly, I never noticed if they have an earpiece or not. Does Alicia have one when she wears one? I don't know. I'll pay more attention to see if it's true. Ring announcing is tough, but they're kind of obligated to try and memorize everything. Seems like they yeah, he memorized all the superstars' weight and locations and all, but he still is a little shaky when he tries to announce it. Hi there. Whoa, Daphne, you're the referee of this match. Yeah, be careful, Daphne.
Neither man can afford to lose this match.
You can already see Fatu favoring that leg from the early impact of Strowman as Fatu now with the big super kick and looks to generate some offense as he does. Now, what's interesting, Wade, is that Braun Strowman has never lost a last man standing match, and he's been in with some of the best. Kane, Roman Reigns, and with some of the best. We saw him this fall doing it.
Yeah, if there's ever been someone who has a match they have made their own. It's Braun Strowman and last man standing matches. I love
I
Jacob
said
Fatu.
hi.
You
Do I
really
need to say
see
your
him
name?
close to losing a match, but I almost can't see
Roommate
how he
said
makes
Jack.
this.
Went for the running
Sorry.
power slam, but Fatu was able to counter and now comes with the elbow.
Both men already have taken major jumps at
I had no idea I had to say names when I just said hi to the one person who said hi.
from Fatu. Well, that would definitely keep Strowman down for a 3 count. What a good for Sam. Wow. Again with the jump off moonsault. Remember, you have to
I could have told you Jacob Fatu will win because Braun Strowman had his chance, so now, well, he might not win when and only if Solo Sikoa decides to interrupt this again, but I don't think that'll happen this time. I think he might actually help him this time.
Strowman to his feet. Big start early on from Jacob Fatu. Last man standing.
And the Korea team is here to review results. Great. Glad to hear it. Let's talk next steps. I'll coordinate with the team.
Buying a car is kind of a big deal. You need to see all the options. See? She knows. Car Gurus gives you the most new and used cars right in your hand. So you know your big deal is the best deal. Get it with Gurus at cargurus.com.
Only $5, one Virginia times 2. Double Dutch Juniors, that's your cue. One for you, one for your friend to go. JK, you hate them both, they'll never know. B-fab, have it your way.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nira, here to interview John Cena, the new face of Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Sunscreen.
What's up? Let's do this.
But as you can see, he flaked.
What?
That's nice.
Right here.
Anyway,
Cause
Ultra
that's
Sheer
the
gives you high
only
SPF
way
protection,
you'll ever get to it.
and it
So.
has an invisible finish.
Hello?
You can't see it. And cut.
You know you can't do that. British trademark.
Your imagination's the only way you'll ever get close to doing anything with it.
Socks, underwear, and t-shirts are the most requested items
one
at
second.
homeless
I
shelters.
got a notification.
Bombas was founded to help. So for everyone you buy, we donate one purchase, one donated.
Packages
It's a tangible
has
act
left
of
the
kindness for those
left the
who need it
region.
most.
It's coming.
Distributed by
It's coming
3,500 giving partners
to where
across
I live.
all 50 states. And with
Fatu name
140
sounds like
million donations and counting,
oh
the
no.
impact is real. Visit bombas.com
Oh no, what was
to
that?
get 20% off your first order.
Hot tour. Yeah, that's.
Outdated?
Time for change.
Maybe I shouldn't mention that name too much because right now, Bitcoin users are, you know, she's the most hated person towards Bitcoin, even though I don't understand why. Not in a sense like, you know, I don't understand why personally, but in a sense like I don't understand why because I don't understand how that works.
So call Oak Street Health today. Majuri makes fine jewelry for stacking.
The secret to
Perfect for wearing
Bitcoin
every day.
is pictures and microchips.
Mix up your stack with the pieces you love.
Those who watch Hello Boss know what I'm talking about.
The finest materials like gold, silver, and diamonds. Play, mix, stack, repeat. That's what we call the art of the Majuri stack.
We were all looking for some place to call home. But first you need a place to look for a place to call home. And that's homes.com because it's the best.
I told you, you cannot legally say homes.com is the best.
What if she says it as Morgan Freeman? Homes.com. I can get this. Home.com.
No.
Well, how can we not say it if that's our new name? Homes.com is the best.com.
It's a wild night here in Chicago in front of a sellout crowd, over 16,000
Don't trip on
at
the
Allstate
apron,
Arena.
Daphne.
Just 15 days away from WrestleMania 41, and this match to determine who will have a title shot there. Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman, last man standing to be the #1 contender and face LA Knight for the U.S. Championship in Vegas. And remember remember the rules of engagement here. You got to try to incapacitate your opponent where they cannot beat the ref's 10 count. Oh, the crowd's going to go nuts.
This is a high count. It might be over, Braun.
Ooh, can I have that Gatorade? I know they have drinks underneath the, you know, the ring, and I just saw a Gatorade. I wish I had a Gatorade right now.
Oh, big right hand.
What else have you got in the arsenal, Braun? You feel like one major hit here, and it's over for Fatu. And Strowman is going to WrestleMania to challenge LA Knight.
Strowman is setting up that table in the corner. Fatu's not in great shape, but the super kick helps.
Probably Strowman about to fall on his own sword.
The big boot. Fatu goes down. Last week was Fatu who interrupted Strowman's U.S. title match.
No thanks. Go back to imagine me doing what I'm doing.
Brutal matches, DQs, beatdowns, everywhere you look.
Because you can feel me, right? So you should.
Over the top rope and leaning up against our announce desk. Oh, and Fatu goes flying, and the monster is laid out on the floor over the desk.
Yeah, they need somebody to bring title in that time. There will be eventually. Aw, no, not the prime card. I swear, if I was that person right next to the barricade that has the prime carton right now, I would take all of them. I'm telling you. I wonder why nobody hasn't done that. Bring prime for show speed, never Logan Paul.
That is the caveat to that claim.
I would like my side. That's nice. Too bad I'll never be your type because you're not mine, frankly, because you're a stranger, and strangers are non-existent to me if they're trying to flirt to me. When strangers flirt to me, they're non-existent to me. Holy shit. Oh, Daphne.
Crashing through the barrier. Can you possibly have your faculties or physical control after that car crash?
Oh, and at 9, both men to their feet.
They looks like they got defibrillated.
Oh, in a harbor, there was a port, the busiest port that you ever did see. Now the boats move the goods, good jobs for the people. People build the city, and the city comes to life, and life is a rhythm.
Just because you're old doesn't mean I'm a kid.
JP Morgan Chase invests in infrastructure to help create more jobs here at home.
Make the green grass grow all around, make the green grass grow all around.
I'm either a woman or a girl. Pick one.
At Little Caesars, get a large two-topping pizza for only $5.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $5.99? Get out of here! This pizza's only $5.99? No way! This is $5.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $5.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Hey, pirates, get your hook off my $5.99 pizza! Choose a large two-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $5.99 when you order online. Only $5.99? What?
Pizza, pizza. You're tuned into Sin Moves with Dr. Fresh. Caller number 1.
That's kind of.
Really need your help, man. My girl's upset with me because
That's
I
kind
watched
of
the
bad
newest episode of our show without her.
Are you actually listening to her words, or are you just hearing her heart? If you can hunt, you can hear it call.
Well, I mean, it was only one
That's
episode.
just like, you know, an annoying trait to do. That's no fun.
Really? With a breeze, romance, and desire, you get your spark back with hints of sparkling champagne spritz and pink rose petals. Trust me.
I would only let someone in their 60s or their 70s call me kid because yes, I understand that like young adults are children, but you're probably in your middle age, so I ain't no kid. I'm just an adult man.
Dr. Sales on 33rd Street? You can practically skate there.
Does he take our insurance?
Sure does.
That's super important.
And he's got an opening after practice. Booked it.
Sweet.
So sweet.
Sweet.
You've got options. Book now.
I'm sitting on top of the world. I'm rolling along. Yes, rolling along. I don't want any millions. I'm getting my shit.
And you're watching a 23-year-old strive from beginning to end. Well, I'm 24. You're watching a 24-year-old's live stream from beginning to end. That sounds pretty.
Take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber, awarded the fastest and most reliable fiber internet, starting at only $40 a month. Be blown away by speeds 4 times faster than Verizon. Plus, enjoy a 5-year price lock and $400 on us with our fastest speed. Get ready to take life to the next level. Experience Optimum Fiber internet starting at $40 a month.
Yeah, buddy, you don't deserve any of your request to be fulfilled.
It has been better than advertised. Last man standing to earn a championship match against LA Knight at WrestleMania. Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman's been in complete control the last 3 or 4 minutes, attacking Fatu with steel chairs, and now he's got him up on top of the crate. He is up high atop the crate at the edge of that lower bowl.
Strowman may be unbeatable in this kind of matchup.
No!
You're not really watching it. You're just listening to it. And just hoping my commentary will provide you some insight. Unless you really are watching with me and you're just, for whatever reason, just rather hear my commentary rather than watch the show. That poor pizza. He's bleeding on his shoulder a little bit. Braun Strowman, yeah, he's limping too much. That's scary.
He had a silver bullet for this Samoan werewolf. He connects with one of his big hitters with the power slam. He believes.
I'm watching 45 seconds ahead of your feed. I'm sure.
Although after the amount of abuse already absorbed by the Samoan.
If you asked me out to prom before, you'll definitely ask me out on a date next if you see my feed. Which I'll reject too, so. Oh man, yeah, he did it. Yeah, I wanted it to go on longer, but yeah, I knew Jacob Fatu would win. Just go on Jerk Me Buddy and just call it a day. I'm an asexual, but I'm smart enough to know that, like, you know, everyone has gone on it. that's the thing. If my subscribers are joking with me, how am I ever gonna be able to tell? Because I can never tell what's a joke on the internet or not. Because whenever something's a joke, ends up being something serious on the internet. So you can't trust what's a joke on the internet anymore. So sorry that I'm really stale on the jokes. If anybody ever tries to joke around with me in my comment.
WrestleMania After Dark is the official WrestleMania after party, taking place each night, Thursday, April 17th to Sunday, April 20th, at Live and Live Beach at Fountain, Vegas. That's the official host hotel.
Okay, you had your chance.
And tickets are on sale now at WrestleManiaAfterDark.com. Do not miss that.
That's why we're the bank that's your ally.
Your NBA team's power brought to life with Aroma 360 exclusive scents. Surround yourself with the energy of your favorite team. Bring that energy home with Aroma 360 Mini Pro Diffuser. Compact, powerful, and designed to bring game day atmosphere to every corner. From the living room to your car, feel the game wherever you go. Bring the game home with Aroma.
If you really are telling the truth, though, I'm sorry, and I just hope things are better for you. But don't try and joke around with me on my channel, because I'm never gonna take it as a joke. I'm always gonna take everything seriously, because, like I said, you can't tell what's a joke and what's serious on the internet anymore. So.
Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs pores and dries out hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower and skincare routine with Culligan. Water you love.
I avoided the mirror. I felt alone for a long time. I remember going home praying for it to go away, not thinking there was something wrong with me.
I go into a lot of things thinking it's not going to work, and I thought muesli would be the same thing, but it actually worked.
More than 700,000 patients have regained their confidence with muesli's prescription treatments.
When you're hopeless, and then you find other women who are in the same boat as you, you suddenly feel okay. We're going to get out of it together. That's what muesli did for me.
Let's do this. Bonding comes in every shade. New colour strong is how it's made. Dimensional colour and so much more to help your hair feel restored. A bonding system with AHA helps reinforce hair all the way. With zero ammonia and no grey, our hair colour is what we say. Colour and bonding all in one. There's new colour strong. Claro, it's so me.
Little Bo Peep had lost her sheep. Maybe because her team was stuck doing office work. What if she'd used the smart buying tools on Amazon Business? They help you work more efficiently, so you can focus on bigger things. Not so little anymore. Amazon Business, your partner for smart business buying.
Before they were stars, they lit it up at the Nike Boot Summit. So, who's next? USA versus the world. Live, catch the next generation of women's and men's basketball on USA and Peacock.
Another sellout here in Chicago, over 16,000 in the results that they have enjoyed. The debut of Rey Fenix, the Motor City Machine Guns, becoming #1 contenders to fight for the championship. We saw Naomi with that kneeling lung blower coming up the victory against b-fab. And then moments ago, an all-timer, last man standing, the first time Braun Strowman's ever lost a last man standing, Fatu is going to fight for the U.S. Championship at WrestleMania. Of course, a WrestleMania that we all look forward to in 15 days, including Cody Rhodes and Cena.
That's 6, 7, 8.
I think for the last 2 weeks, you have lied to this audience. Tell them John Cena really why.
They've been saying for years that John Cena buries talents. I don't bury talents. I am talent.
And when he said this line, Wade Barrett took a little bit of offense to that because remember that time when they feuded when Wade Barrett was a part of that Fraction Nexus? And yeah. So when he said he buried that, he called that gimmick a mediocrity, and I'm like, no. I kind of have fond memories of that. That was like, you know, short-lived gimmick and all, but still, it was an iconic gimmick, so that's why it's always talked about all the time, no matter how probably stupid it was. And if it weren't for that gimmick, we wouldn't have people like Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, and Heath Slater, and David Otunga. But you can minus Heath Slater and David Otunga because they retired a long ass time ago.
It's not where your tattoos at, Cody. It's what your tattoo is that
okay, bye.
the world for who you are, a common fan like them. So after WrestleMania, the last real champion is taking that home forever and exposing you for who you are. An errand boy that got lucky.
Maybe I was chosen. But you know who chose me? They chose me. Can you say the same, John Cena? Or was it one guy in an office who chose you who's not here anymore and we don't talk about?
Yeah, that line was crazy. It took me a second to realize what he was talking about, but yeah, that line is insane. Talk about Mr. McMahon.
It's you, John Cena, and not me.
Here's what you created, pal. You created a lot of disenfranchised fans who made it easy for me to pack up and go elsewhere and say, hey, look at me. Don't act like you cleaned up your room before you left and went to Hollywood, John. Don't act like you left WWE better than you found it. And while we're at it, which one of us sold out to The Rock? John, you're still my hero. But you're also a piece of shit.
You had to leave because you realized that your best you can't wipe my ass. I make empires for billionaires. All you've ever done is steal money from their kids. See you at WrestleMania, champ. And all the time that I have been here and everything I've been through, never once have they chanted at me, you can't wrestle.
Oh wow. I love how they show, like, you know, then and now pictures. Like video clips of then and now. Because honestly, I wouldn't remember. I was definitely too young at the time. Yeah, Mom. Because even back then, I wasn't, like, you know, paying attention that much to wrestling.
Vegas for WrestleMania 41. Tickets are still available for Smackdown in Seattle next week. It'll include Cody Rhodes' return to Smackdown after crisscrossing and chasing John Cena at every turn in Europe.
Not only that, Liv and Raquel, the WWE Women's Tag Champs, they need a WrestleMania challenger. We'll find out who that will be next week in a tag team gauntlet with the winners head to Vegas and
And after a successful WWE debut,
I don't know who could win that, really, honestly. I need to know who's going to win the first two, and then I can determine.
give Naomi face-to-face eyeball to eyeball, singular in Drew's case. Next week live on Smackdown in Seattle, one of the final stops before WrestleMania 41.
Excuse me, Paul. I'm sorry to bug you again, but can you update us on when exactly Roman Reigns is going to arrive?
That's funny.
Any minute.
Thank you, Paul.
I can tell he misses Kayla though. Frankly, I miss Kayla too because Byron's a good, like, you know, interviewer and all, but Kayla had a little bit more backbone, so she would keep pressing people like Paul Heyman to say things.
To the rebellion. Andor Season 2 streaming soon, only on Disney+.
Skin problems made it feel like I didn't know which way to turn. But now my path is clear thanks to No. 7 Derm Solutions.
With an enriched formula, rebalance, soothe, and hydrate for healthier looking skin. Stop the cycle, rehab your skin.
So why can't we say we're the best home shopping site? Because while true, you just can't say that legally. So I can't say Homes.com is the best. No.
What if we jumbled up the words?
Homes best is Home.com. No. What if we said it in Spanish?
Homes.com es el mejor.
No.
What if we whispered it?
No. Fine. What if he said it?
Homes.com. It's the best.
Mr. Freeman, I'm sorry, but we can't say that.
Say what?
Homes.com is the best.
Ah,
Homes.com.
it's the best.
Southern New Hampshire University hace posible lo imposible. Puedes terminar tus estudios a tu ritmo y a un precio accesible.
Desde el momento que apliqué online para SNSU, el proceso de admisión fue bastante fácil y me apoyaron muchísimo.
Con más de 200 carreras universitarias para elegir, Southern New Hampshire University tiene un programa en línea para ti. Entonces, ¿qué esperas? El éxito está a tu alcance. Aplica en línea hoy.
I see you looking at me.
You're zipped.
No, don't do it. You can't ignore me, but you know what you can do? Pop me! Come on! Pop me! It's a perfect solution and you would definitely not regret it. Pop me! Pop me! Pop me! Just do it! Pop me! Oh, no!
Pimple, meet your Mighty Patch. Gently absorb pimple gum for results in just 6 to 8 hours. From Hero, the #1 acne patch brand.
Lactate is 100% real milk, just without the lactose. Delicious, too. Just ask my old friend Kevin.
Nothing like enjoying a cold one while watching the game. Who's with it?
We are, my friend. We are.
Mop Deluxe is made for small spaces. For clean, even mom approves of.
That's new.
Just grab a pad and go. The built-in solution traps dirt and locks it away.
Wow, still white.
The upgraded strip has 75% more scrubbing power.
Still clean.
And with the new locking head, getting into tight spaces is simple.
Can I borrow it?
The all-new Swiffer Mop Deluxe, the mother of all cleans.
We're making a splash with another Twisted Tea drop. Twisted Tea fans love the smooth, refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Real brewed tea with a 5% hint of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Whoa, a new shirt. He's in white this time. He just walked right past him.
Punk said he would be ready to reveal the favor when Roman Reigns.
He doesn't want to waste no time.
Is now here. He has stayed away.
At Triple H. No one fingers. Probably the fastest Roman Reigns intro we're gonna have ever. Yeah, pyro free. You said it. You said it. We very pyro free. No pyro. No one finger. Just walk to the ring like any normal person.
Chicago! Acknowledge me! Wise man. Yes, my tribal chief.
Tell me.
Is he here? Yes, my tribal chief. Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. Wise man. Yes, my tribal chief. Is he still talking about this favor? Yes, my tribal chief. Oh, Chicago, I don't know how you deal with this guy, huh? Wise man.
I don't know how anybody
Yes,
can,
my tribal
but I
chief.
do.
Share a secret with Chicago. Yes, my tribal chief. CM Punk wouldn't be back here if it wasn't for me.
Not really, but sure, let's go with that.
CM Punk wouldn't be in the main event of WrestleMania if it wasn't for me.
Yeah, that's true.
And I get it, you're good people. He's from the same city as me. I have to like him. Yeah. You're good people, you mean well, but you're not that smart. CM Punk's been around forever. He has wrestled everyone under the sun. Hall of Famers, legends, champions. But he's never been in that main event of WrestleMania. No, he hadn't. Not until he was introduced to the tribal chief. That's right. You hear him chanting for the tribal chief in your city? I'm right here in the ring. I say we bring CM Punk out here so we can quit wasting our time, huh? Come on out here and let me hear what this favor is. Come on out here and indulge your tribal chief.
No, they're gonna stall probably. I always like that color of green. Kind of a, it's kind of a, what you call it, khaki sort of green. I always like that in pants color. And that's never really, like, you know, seen a shirt-wise. Unless it's camo, then yeah. But this is, like, you know, the first time I've seen a camo color without any camo. It's pretty cool. Hey, but what are those shoes though? Wearing red shoes. Well, it looks green. It looks green from far away, but I think it's gray, so yeah, that makes more sense. You tapped your ass, so yeah, you are. Seth Rollins pulling his ass.
You see, now I don't know over what this little favor is here, but the reality, I got a feeling, is gonna knock your socks off. And the thing about reality and you, man, they don't seem to jive very well because, well, unlike all of us, you don't like to live in the real world. But every time you step outside of your little universe,
officially on the road to WrestleMania. Yeah, I wish, but I know once I do the WrestleMania stream, it'll be taken down. So I'm going to do my, like, you know, predictions and stuff on TikTok. That's the only way I can, like, you know, make it possible to give commentary on pay-per-views nowadays.
Last year.
The favor.
I'm wondering the same thing you are, Chicago.
Oh, who are you fooling? Seth Rollins,
but the
if you are.
reality, Roman, is that you underestimate CM Punk. You think you're above CM Punk. You think you don't have to worry about CM Punk. You think you ignore him. He just goes away. I tried that. It doesn't work.
I know. I'm with you, Seth Rollins, on that. I tried to ignore him, but it doesn't work.
I have to deal with. You could have stopped this in War Games. You didn't. You could have let me stop it in the cage at the Garden. You didn't. And now here we are, and we're waiting on this favor. Now I'm in a lot better place than I was last week when we were all celebrating Punk in the main event of Mania. I took a week, I got some perspective, and I realized that reality gives you two options. Either you suffer and you get left behind, or you adapt and you control reality.
Hey. His glasses are just so reflective. It's like your glasses are a TV in a head.
I could say the word loyalty,
TV on your
but
head.
you have no clue what that means. CM Punk stands here because I made a promise to the wise man. And I keep my word. And the reality is, I didn't call you out here. I called Punk out here.
there's only one thing missing. Let's find out what this thing is, shall we?
I only ever liked him for his theme.
The favor. What's the favor? This is about friendship. This is about legacy. This is about promises made and promises kept. This is about loyalty. Paul, this goes back to 4400 Shepherdsville Road, Louisville, Kentucky, when on day one I showed up and they told you that I don't belong, and they told you to fire me, and you said no. And hell, your wise man is just that. He's wise beyond his years. Paul, you prophesized this on national television on Monday Night Raw, and if everybody else has forgotten about it, that certainly doesn't mean I have. And hell, even before that, if I could throw it back to the day you left this company on Big Show's bus, me and you and Show and RVD standing there talking amongst
I'm
ourselves.
surprised they mentioned Big Show. He's an AEW too, so I
And I mistakenly
didn't know if
made
they were
it about
mentioning.
me. I said, Paul, they're gonna fire me. Paul, without you, I'm nothing. Paul, don't leave. And you said, no, you'll be fine. And I said, I'm sorry I made this about me. Do you remember this, Paul? I said, what can I do for you? And in that moment, you looked me in the eye and you said, Punk, when you main event WrestleMania, force them to deal with us. Well, they aren't here anymore, so I'm gonna force you, my tribal chief. I'm gonna force you out of your comfort zone. I'm gonna force you to deal with us. Because at WrestleMania, in the main event, in my corner,
it's him.
Your wise man, my best friend, Paul Heyman.
At first. Yeah, that's just phase one. That's just phase one, Seth Rollins. It's just phase one.
That's the favor?
beer.
You understand he loves me, right? He needs me. But I saved him. Even if I let him, he wouldn't. Wise man. Yes, my tribal chief.
Do you want?
Let this desperate fool down. Easy, will ya?
No, he's not. Pepper spray him again. He's gonna pepper spray him again. I'm not being for real. That's just what happened years ago. But he could play the acting really good. Yeah, that's what Paul Heyman always did.
Are you crying? You better wipe him up and tell him no. I took you in. I made you relevant. Tell him no. I'm gonna give you one more opportunity.
I'll give you to the count of 3.
Tell him no. No, my tribal chief, I can't do that.
Okay, Seth Rollins. Dude, now you're just overselling it, Seth Rollins.
Attacks him from behind. Right hand after right hand. And a GTS to Roman Reigns.
Now, no more laughing.
And now, bitter rivals face off. A tearful wise man couldn't say no to Punk. The favor is past. Punk saying the wise man will be in his corner.
Hi.
WrestleMania 41.
Raid Smackdown tonight. 3.
Royalty. Punk and Heyman in Vegas together.
3. Only because Paul Heyman's acting saved it.
Previously on Resident Alien.
My mission was simple. Drop my device onto their planet and head back.
Oh, I didn't mean to turn off the whole TV, but anyway. It turns back on real fast. So that's the show, and like I said, I give it a 3 out of 5 because Paul Heyman's acting really, like, you know, the one that did the whole scene and stuff and made it look real. But this is all just phase 1 of the plan part, probably. If, like, you know, the predictions are correct, then he's going to screw over both of them. Like, they're probably just now made it clear that he definitely screwed over Roman Reigns just now. So yeah, but he'll pay for it until then, of course, and then he's going. Let's see if CM Punk is any better, at least until WrestleMania. If not, then definitely that confirms everything. But that's the show, and we won't really get as much, like, you know, exciting. I really don't expect much with these coming weeks. That's what I really don't expect, because they're gonna make all the good stuff happen like the second to last few days of WrestleMania, and that's, like, you know, always been a thing. So let's just look forward to that. And until then, I'm just going to just put my theories down, but don't really like expect them to be all true, like per usual, you would say. Probably gonna piss off more people on the internet though, because people always like, you know, want to debate the wrong kind of stuff to me whenever I speak on any wrestling pages, formats, or anything. So yeah, there's that. But as always, thanks for joining my stream, and catch me back Monday and Friday as usual so we can see what's going down in the world of wrestling. Peace out.